Thank you very much. I would like to first of all express my gratitude to that beautiful group, and I feel so much excitement, wisdom, and I already forgot lots of your names, but I have different way of connecting. So are you with me? Okay, so please take a few deep breaths and move a little your body and pass to your neighbor. I see you and you are so amazing. I see you and you are so amazing. And with one voice, ha! Grant yourself and let it go of all is not serving to us, okay? Welcome. I feel a little vulnerable. Because speaking about something deep, and it is deep. I'm a mother, I'm interior designer, I'm breathwork facilitator, I'm friend, I'm human citizen, but most of all, I'm a human who is searching for connection with God, with connection that something is bigger. And in that journey of myself, probably like 7 or 8 years ago, I have deep meditation. And during that deep meditation, my heart opened. And the pure message came, organize gathering for young people. And the message came with direct lineup, what I'm supposed to do. And it came in very beautiful and poetic language. And it came with deep wisdom that I couldn't communicate in first year. It was really hard to translate something that came from another word to that linear word. I keep some poetry though. So we started with, I inspire and the Spirit helped me to inspire many beautiful people. So simply, teen journey is the journey to the heart, where the mind has to find the secret passage and rest on the heart. And we heard that from the many mystics, right? That the human has to take the longest journey and the most profound journey is from the mind to the heart. How we are doing that for the young people? Through self-inquiry, by asking 3 questions. The first question is, who am I? Once we start asking that question and passing that I'm mother, I'm Ella, and I'm citizen, there is something more about that. Once I get that glimpse, I'm ready to ask another question, where am I? And once I start pondering on that and have a little glimpse that I'm bigger than a body, and there is something bigger in me that connects me to the different world, I have a little glimpse. And another question, I'm ready to another question to ask, where I'm going, because with each breath that we are taking, we are going closer and closer to our physical death. And what else? When we arrive in that question deeply on our heart, then is the moment where we start fully living. Before that, we are walking dead, and many of us are dying dead. So how we are doing that, how we are presenting that for the young people? We are taking some teaching from the wisdom of the past community, like the tribal community, like the community from the Africa, the old sages, the old great knowledge, how they did the rite of passage. But when they were doing the rite of passage for young people, they were all going to the rite passage. Whole community were preparing the young people for that adulthood, for that steps to stepping to the adulthood. And they were taking them each year or every second year, and they were saying, okay, the Bob and Frank and Zamir is ready to take that journey. And then Catherine and Helen is ready to become the women, and they took them separately and they teach them. So typical rite of passage and any hero journey has 3 stages. The first stage is we call separation. And naturally when you are becoming moving from the childhood to the adulthood, naturally you are looking for separation. The hormones are changing. You don't feel good in the old body. You want to change. You want to separate. And naturally, the force of separation is separating from the parents, right? There is lots of fight at that time. And at the same time, another force is big. We want to belong. That's where it's so important to belong to our team, to our peer group. So in Teen Journey, when that moment is ready and the people are ready, we are taking these young people and separate them from the parents, from the environment that they know, to unknown. And then we are taking them through the ordeal to save struggle that they can, almost like the chicken, in the egg has to go through the struggle to come out. So we prepare the safe and beautiful container for them where they can feel the struggle. If we don't provide that struggling period for the young people, as a community, the young people usually are trying to initiate themselves by drugs, by cliques, by gangs. And that is unhealthy initiation. So what we are creating the healthy initiation by providing lots of beautiful tools where you can really witness yourself. And after that, historically, the community would be bringing the young people to the village, and the whole village will be welcome them and giving them the new status and saying, hey, you arrived. Welcome, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. You earn your status of adulthood. From now on, you can take this and that responsibility. We try to recreate that in Teen Journey, but receiving these young people by mentors and leaders during the group. And after we are bringing them to the community in Vancouver, and the bigger community like aunts and uncles and sisters and brothers can receive them. However, we are facing big challenges in modern society because we are not united one community, we are not one tribe. So we are picking, the kids who are coming to us are coming from many different places. We don't know anything about them. We don't raise them together. So Teen Journey, the difference of Teen Journey through the differences through the historically rite of passage is that we create specific rite of passage for the modern society people, for young people. And in that rite of passage, we're calling whole community, we're calling the parents and grandparents and the young children to join us. So slowly we are rebuilding the community that is the healthiest and used to be the healthiest community to grow and to move and to support Mother Earth, because that's the only way when we have that conscious of growing conscious human that we can support Mother Earth. That's what I believe. How we are doing that? We're trying to provide, like I said, safety container, lots of wise people from many different culture. We provide also science. The young people need to know science, because going through these three questions, you have to remember that the biggest human ignorance is about self-knowledge. And once we start pondering and question the self-knowledge, we are ready to move forward. Teen Journey is probably 75 to 80%, I would say, experiential knowledge, which is the most powerful, because I'm talking now for a long time, probably, and I don't know how much you receive. But if I will take you like few minutes ago through the breathing, you experience a little joy, right? And a little inner dance already. So, experiential knowledge. Giving that to our youth is giving them opportunity and giving them different choices. So now, if they want to feel alive, because that's what young people want to break and feel aliveness, instead of going and drinking or taking the drugs, they can breathe, or they can struggle differently to find that aliveness. I recently asked my son, what? He's always jumping high, you know, on this, in the skiing. What are you looking for? And he said, aliveness. That 3 seconds of aliveness, which is not sustainable. So going through the healthy, maybe not healthy, I would say, mindful struggle, you can sustain your authentic, beautiful self, and you can actually discover your inner truth. We provide for these young people also international trip where can really be taken from that environment and see different environment, because that's again another choice. Giving them choice is the best tool that we can give. We have to provide the guidance, and that's what we are doing, and we have to give them tools, and then there you go. Thank you.
Hafez, if just a little clay and water mixed in his bowl could yield such exquisite sights and scents and music and whirling forms, what exquisite wonders await with the commencement of the unfolding of the infinite number of petals that are your soul. What experience will renew your body when we all begin to realize that his heart resides in everything? That God has a root in each act and each creature, that he draws his mysterious divine life from. His eyes are painting fields again. The beloved, with his own 2 hands, is tending, raising himself like a precious child in you. When people have the opportunity to meet themselves, they begin to realize that this life is filled with grace, and that the universe is actually here to support you in becoming who you are. What a blessed gift to come to. And how does that change our relationship to life? How do we see our interactions with others and experience the yearnings of our own soul? Why are they here? Why are we here? What's calling us forth into being? One of the gifts the mystics have said is that you are here on a journey, and that journey is into your own heart. And the more you proceed upon this journey, the more joyful you will be. And they say that the way is difficult until it becomes easy. So when these youth come to us, often they haven't been exposed to many of these thoughts or many of these ideas. I don't know how many people remember what it's like when you were 16 or 17 years old. Do any of you guys remember kind of that time, that period? And then imagining where you are now and what you've learned about life. And what a gift it is if at that time someone tells you that you are beautiful and you are magical and you are necessary and you came here for a divine purpose that you are here to fulfill. You have a personal destiny that you are entitled to embrace in this lifetime. And not only are you entitled to it, but every aspect of your being is in relationship with everything around you to support you in learning who you are and how to fulfill that. You know, that kind of a story, that kind of narrative can help to change your whole relationship to life. We're in a culture that, unfortunately, when you look around us, is in a state of pathological adolescence. We look at the state of our world today. Are we stewarding our planet, our resources, our communities with a deep sense of responsibility? Well, clearly not. These are the challenges that we're facing today. And how does our younger generation come into a sense of mature responsibility and accountability so that they can embrace as adults their own lives and the world around them? One of the challenges we faced, I think, in teen journeys is not wanting to dump the problems of the world upon the teens. And you're already growing up around you and you're hearing all the news and everything that's happening in the world, and you feel like either this is a depressing place and the world is fucked, so what's the point, right? Or it's too big to handle. But what if every single person who comes into this world has the exact medicine and solution the world needs for that more beautiful world our hearts know is possible? If each individual who comes in is empowered to believe that just by following their heart and listening to that, that's exactly what the world needs. So there's a radical support of the individual in Teen Journey, a defense of the individual, and a vision of the individual as something that's sacred. One of the messages that Ella has shared from the beginning of Teen Journey is the notion that the heart operates in a sacred geometry. How many people know about fractals? You guys heard of fractals? Yeah. I won't go too much into them, but the beautiful thing in a fractal is that everything is at once independent and interdependent. Right? And a fractal is completely unique and yet a perfect mirroring and in connection with everything around it. So our notion of leadership is that each person embodies who they are, and in doing that, they are a perfect fractal of the whole that they're part of. Right? And that's what we'd like to see for the teens, to come to that understanding, to come to that kind of autonomy. There's a phase in life from around 14 to 21 in the ideal world that's called wandering in the cocoon. And the wandering in the cocoon phase is what our soul is drawing us into to create some kind of womb around us, some kind of cocoon around us in which we can begin to discover who we actually are. Because for so much of the first 14 years of our life, or 15 or 16, depending on what your situation is, you've been conditioned by your family, by your friends, by your school. And nobody really has helped you to ask who you are, what you believe in, what you value. And it's a fundamental need in the soul. So how do you create an experience where people can go into those cocoons and ask those questions and come up with a sense of authenticity of who they are? I feel that's one of the core works of what Teen Journey does. We weave cocoons. We weave cocoons where young people can ask these questions and meet themselves and realize the conditionings that they've had, or the stories that they're carrying, or the wounds that they're holding, and recognize that they don't have to take it all so personally. And there's something beyond that. And in that process, they feel confident into stepping into a different story and a greater story. Like in any program and in any individual, there's a resistance to change and a resistance to transformation. I mean, how many people, when Ella was asking people to breathe and to make sounds, how comfortable did you feel with that? Not comfortable. Okay, and now this is what we're asking teens to do, all kinds of shit, right? And they're coming and they're like, wait a minute, you want me to do that and do that and then do that, right? Because we're not comfortable with transformation. So in Teen Journey, we're like, okay, well, how do we balance this need for individual autonomy? Because people have the right to say no, right? A part of being a teen, and the best part of being a teen, is saying, fuck you, right? No, I don't want to do that, right? I mean, we need that kind of energy in the world. Right? So we have to empower them to be able to speak their voice, but at the same time recognizing that many times we don't want to do things because we're afraid, because it's different, because we don't want to change. So we have to draw them into a process where it's okay to do something different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to think different. It's okay to feel different. And this is the balance that I feel we seek in our programs. is how to create that alchemy where people can step into something new, but in a way that's not forced, but they have a sense of autonomy. And they recognize that this process of change is something they can continually to engage in their life. And by engaging trains in transformation, there's something meaningful on the other side for them, something new they haven't discovered, right? A new petal of that soul to unfold. I return to the core line of Teen Journey that's run through this project the whole time, which is it's a journey into the heart to discover who you are. It's very simple. It's very simple. But everyone has a unique journey to arrive to that place. And Teen Journey is about empowering people on that journey and saying you have a right to this journey. And you have a right to be who you are. It's a very, very simple message, but it's a journey of a lifetime. And the sooner that we start it, the better. That's it.